Alright, so we're talking about basic training. Yeah. And, in basic, when we were starting out, they started from the very simplest things. They taught us first how to march. How to march, And a lot of people didn't know how to. I was surprised how many people didn't know how to march. And you had to march in the same step, left, 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 right, left, And some guys would be like left, left, and their right foot would be coming down, and the drill sergeant would get right up in their face, left, 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 It's funny. And some guys, if you didn't know your left or right, or you were in the wrong step, or they go left flank, march, and you go right, they would get this big, huge-ass boulder, and you would have to carry that in your right hand, or your left hand. I think it was your left hand. And so everywhere you went, you knew that the right hand was empty, the left hand had that big, huge rock in it. You had to carry it everywhere, And that's how you knew which was your left and which was your right, because you had a rock in your left hand. So that was actually kind of funny. There was this one drill sergeant, he was teaching us how to march one day, and we kept messing up. We kept going the wrong way and stuff, and he started getting really mad. He started screaming, and so finally he got so mad, he said, I don't remember what command he gave. I guess, it was like call him right, or march or something, and some people went left. So he got so mad, he took his brown round, his hat, and he threw it, man, and it skimmed across the ground and came back down and smacked on the ground. And we were laughing, we were snickering, and it was like, you could hear people throughout the formation going, don't laugh, man, we're going to drop, he's always going to get us, don't laugh. But we couldn't hold a straight face. And then we purposely started screwing up after that. We were like, all right, let's see how pissed we can get this guy. And he grabbed his hand, you guys thought you were stupid! We're like, just standing there, he's like, forward, march! And then we started messing up, and finally he goes, you guys are... And he runs into the barracks. A drill sergeant. It was so funny, man. But, yeah, real professional, right? But he was kind of a nerdy guy, too. He was a nerd. He had real red hair. He had these big, thick glasses. They had another drill sergeant named Aguirre. Drill Sergeant Aguirre. He was freaking cool, man. He was from the 82nd Airborne. And he wasn't all there, But he was cool as hell. But he'd walk in and he'd go, what was it we used to say? He used to say cold steel. Cold steel! Loud thunder! Or whatever I don't remember what he used to say. He used to say cold steel, though. I remember that because we had to yell it whenever he said it. I remember we were in the shopping, the store one day. We were in the PX, Post Exchange. That's the store. And we were in there getting like shampoo and soap and stuff. And he started yelling it, cold steel! And we were yelling at the top of our lungs, and this lady in the store, she's like, why don't you guys take that outside? He thought it was funny, so he had us yelling even louder. He goes, I can't hear you, bulldogs. I got an airplane flying over my house. It's like the freaking airport out here. Yeah, he was nuts, man. He went in the barracks one time, and they were doing a barracks inspection, I guess, but all of a sudden we hear boom, boom, boom. Loud crashes, and we're like, what the hell? What? And Gary comes out, and he goes, yeah, I took care of the problem. And when we went in there, he had thrown their lockers on he had dumped people's lockers. Literally grabbed the foot locker, and these foot lockers were like probably about, I guess, 3 feet wide. Maybe, I don't know, but they were about 6 foot tall or more. They must have been at least 6.5 feet tall. But he had grabbed these things and just was throwing them onto the ground. And he was a little stocky, crazy dude, man. He was freaking nuts. He grabbed the bunk and he just literally pulled the whole bunk over. Because they used to grab your mattress and pull it, or kick your mattress off into the floor. He just pulled the whole bunk over. We used to put on our socks after we had like mopped and waxed the barracks, usually on Sunday, because we had Sundays off. and we take off running for about 2 or 3 bunk lengths, right? And then just stop, and we'd slide all the way down the rest of the hallway. And it was so funny. So we used to just slide down and have races, 2 people sliding at the same time to see who goes faster or who goes farther. That was a lot of fun. You ever play buffer rodeo? We used to have buffer rodeos. That was where one guy would sit on the buffer and grab the handles, because it was like a little motorcycle handle. And one of them has a lever, and you push that lever, and the buffer takes off, right? We sit on the buffer backwards, put our hands up there, and with our fingers pull the lever, and the buffer starts jumping. You got to hang on. People get thrown off. I remember one time this drill sergeant. Now my drill sergeant was Drill Sergeant Campbell. That was our drill sergeant, and I liked him. I really did. Drill Sergeant Campbell. He said that he was a Christian, but he was a really nice guy. I mean, he would get in your face just like any drill sergeant, but he was fair, you know, and he was disciplined. I liked him. But he came in one night, it was at night, and he was walking through asking us questions. And right when he walks, and now we got our, let's say these are our bunks, and I'm standing here, and my bunkmate was standing here, you know, bunk beds. And I'm standing here, and the other guy was standing here. What was his name? Big black guy. And he was funny. I liked that guy. He was really funny. What was his name? But so the drill sergeant's walking, and he walks by my bunkmate, and he gets in front of me, and my bunkmate goes, and he stops. The drill sergeant just stops. And he looks at me out of the corner of his eyes, you know. And he looks over, and then he turns around real slow and looks at my bunkmate, and then he walks, takes a step, turns again, and he's right in front of my bunkmate. What's the first code of ethics? And it was I am a soldier. I don't remember it, but I got him inside somewhere. But he goes, what was the first code of ethics? And he's like, come on, private, spit it out. What's the first code of ethics? He had to do a bunch of push-ups and stuff. But we all thought it was funny. I mean, even Drill Sergeant Campbell was smirking. He was like, that's right. Down. And so he's down there doing push-ups and stuff. And it was a lot of fun, but it was funny, man. He tried to eat them things quick. And I told you last week, I think I had told you that there was something that happened to me, somebody else got blamed for. So we're at the firing range, right? This might be a 2-parter because I looked at my time, and man, I still got a lot of stories to tell. So we're at a firing range, right? And I was chosen to be on guard duty for a few hours. And you had to do guard duty, you know, at the entrances to the firing range. So I'm on guard duty, right? And I'm standing. I mean, there's nobody there. Birds. And I'm like, oh, man. So I kind of laid down. And when I say sat, laid down, there was it was flat ground, the road. And then on either side of the road were berms that went up and then out. And so I kind of was right up against that berm, leaning back with my legs out. So I really wasn't laying back or laying down, but I really wasn't sitting straight up. I was just kind of like, you know, like in a lazy boy recliner sort of a thing against this berm. And I'm just like, man, it's hot out here today, boy. And you got to remember, you're tired. You're up all the time. We got like 4 or 5 hours sleep a night, sometimes less. So I'm up against this berm, right? And I'm just like, and all of a sudden I hear, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, whoa. And it was a big, huge 5-ton truck with water tanks. And it had pulled up I mean, he was right on me, and I didn't realize that I had slid or something, so that I was, well, from the waist down, I was in the road. I mean, I had slid or, you know, down kind of, and I was like, so my half my body's out in the roadway. I mean, he can't get by. Well, he's not supposed to anyway. I'm supposed to walk up and give him the challenge, and he's supposed to give me the password. I'm up, I run up, and what's the password? And he starts laughing. You know, he's a black guy. He had his cap on, and he's laughing. He's like, he's like, all right, way to go, private. I go, yeah, password. I'm trying to give him the challenge, right? He goes, can I just go in, man? I go, yeah. And I'm thinking, oh, Jesus, man. And so I'm standing there waiting on the drill sergeants. I mean, I'm just standing there waiting because I know, okay, here comes the drill sergeants. Where are they? I'm just waiting on the drill sergeants, waiting, right? And I don't see the drill sergeants. Where's it? So I'm waiting on the drill sergeants right now. No drill sergeants ever show up. So at mealtime, now I'm going to stop there. There was this guy, I'm going to come back to that in a second. There was this guy, his name was Torres. And Torres, I don't remember if he spoke English or not. He spoke a lot of Spanish. You know, that's all I think that's all I remember him ever speaking. There was a couple other Spanish guys in our unit that I think one of them would interpret for him. Well, no, Drill Sergeant Geary, I think, spoke Spanish. But Torres was always sleeping all the time. You know what I mean? Always sleeping. And I remember one time we came out for formation, and they go in the barracks real quick and they check our beds and stuff. And Torres was out like a light, man. Hey, Sleeping Beauty, get up! And they're dragging him out by his shirt, and we all got punished while Torres stood there and watched. And the reason for that was we left the man behind. But so Torres was, so after that we had to, like, because you had two barracks, you had A and B barracks. I forget what they called those barracks though. I think there was hutch, A hutch and B hutch. I don't remember. But our barracks were hutches. We weren't like brick buildings and stuff like some of the Army barracks. Ours were hutches. Actually, like you see in, you ever watch, I know you guys are going to make a joke about this one. Gomer Pyle, USMC. That's right, I'm Gomer. But you remember the hutches? Well, that's what we had. But they were white brick, but they were built like hutches. So, after Torres got caught sleeping, they were in B hutch, I was in A. Everybody from A would run out, a lot of people from A would run over to B and make sure Torres wasn't in there. Or we'd look for him outside, because we didn't want to do that again. So anyway, chow time back on the range. And so I'm there eating, and they all run up to Torres, and they go, "Hey, Sleeping Beauty, hey, you caught a little snooze on the road, huh? Got some Z's on the road, right?" And Torres is like, "What?" And he's like looking at him with this dumbfounded look. And I didn't know what they were talking about at first. And they were like, "Yeah, sleeping on the road. Hey, Sleeping Beauty, did you enjoy your rest today on the road? Sleeping out there in the dirt?" And I'm thinking, oh my God, that was me. And I did not come. You think I confessed, right? You think I went, that was me, drill sergeant. Yeah, right. Better a live coward than a dead hero. So I was just like, oh man, that's why the drill sergeants never came out there, because they thought it was Torres. So Torres, if you ever watch this, dude, and you remembered that being you, sorry, dude, but that was me. You know, and I know they're probably in their 50s or 60s by now, but if any of those drill sergeants ever see this, Drill Sergeant Campbell, that was me that was sleeping on the road. I did see Drill Sergeant Geary later at Fort Bragg when I was stationed there, and I'll get to those stories too. We're going to continue with this. Next week will be part 2. May even be a part 3 to basic training. I still got a lot of stories to tell. So, hey, come back next week and we'll finish it up.